Okay, we've been following the story of Donald Trump's supposed medical letter talking about his absolutely incredible health, where he tested positive for just everything, even though it makes absolutely no sense to say that he tested positive and that all the test results were positive, because that means he actually has a whole bunch of conditions. We now have, I don't know if that this is a bombshell, but it's certainly incredibly revealing. We have heard now from Dr. Harold Bornstein, who we weren't even really sure knew Donald Trump because the letter was so bogus. Let's put up the letter just to remind our audience about all of the problems with this letter. Of course, a typo in that first sentence, "to whom my concern." Another problem, that the letter is signed by a doctor that is part of the section of gastroenterology at Lenox Hill Hospital. There is no such thing. It is the division of gastroenterology. The entire reference to Trump as the healthiest individual ever to be elected to the presidency makes absolutely no sense. Dr. Harold Bornstein did not examine all presidents of the United States. He wouldn't be able to make that determination. Harold Bornstein's personal Gmail account is on this letter. That makes absolutely no sense. Well, Dr. Harold Bornstein, who is pictured here in this image behind me, and a lot of people commenting on his physical appearance, although I want to focus today more on the subject matter of his statement, said, "In the rush, I think some of those words didn't come out exactly the way that they were meant," explaining that he spent 5 minutes on this letter and endorsing the health of Donald Trump, also adding that he really made the letter in a way that was supposed to be pleasing to the Trump campaign. When I hear that a medical doctor put together a document in 5 minutes with the objective of pleasing the person who asked for it, I'm not necessarily convinced by what is the potentially factual nature of that letter. When I hear a doctor wrote a document merely to appease the letter writer, I actually am now emboldened in my call for Donald Trump's actual medical records, which we've not seen. And it's amazing, this projection. Hillary Clinton is the bigot, is the latest comment from Donald Trump. Well, actually, you're the guy who has been coalescing the bigots and really catalyzing that area of the boat. Donald Trump saying we need to see Hillary Clinton's medical records. Well, it turns out we don't really have your medical records. I want to see Trump's medical records. He would be the oldest person ever elected president if he were to be elected in November. And to me, that brings up some real questions, and we should have his medical records, particularly after this disturbing admission from Dr. Harold Bornstein.
This sounds kind of like the thing that you would see maybe in, grade school, instead of, a letter that is written to our potential president of the United States. That's all. Yeah.
This reminds me of a letter that you would fake from your parents to explain why you were out sick in 4th grade. And maybe because it took 5 minutes for Dr. Harold Bornstein to write it, that's exactly how it came out. I hope people realize, in the midst of the insane conspiracy theories about, if you watch Alex Jones, there's a Secret Service agent who's walking around with an injector to inject Hillary Clinton with some, I don't even know what the hypothesis is. We have a letter written by a doctor that is written in insane language at the request of Donald Trump. That's really who we should be concerned about. And I agree, we should have Hillary Clinton's medical records and we should have Donald Trump's medical records. But the idea objectively that it's Hillary Clinton's records that would be most concerning to us, if this guy is actually Trump's doctor, that's incredibly disturbing.
And whenever she does, I don't think she'll actually, serve Donald or the media here and actually produce any medical records. But when and if she does, they're actually going to be, well written, not have typos, actually makes sense.
Well, I'm sure no matter what she releases at this point, it'll be like the Obama birth certificate where, I can tell in Photoshop that the layers are very, very indicative of the fact that this entire thing was completely doctored and it's part of a 46-year conspiracy to get President Obama elected. At this point, because of the stuff that we're seeing on InfoWars, Alex Jones, etc., no matter what Hillary Clinton medical records are released, you are going to have people say that they are absolutely not credible and have been doctored.